it up! Move the flank!
I already told you, you flea-bitten. Oh, you're not one of my captors. The name's Paldine. A band of Khajiit kidnapped me. They're forcing me to decipher the Yokuden runes on the relics they're looting. Damned grave robbers. Thing is, I think I've discovered something valuable down here. More so than wealth. I have a feeling that this is more than just another Yokuden ruin. It's massive. And the runes I have seen hint that something vital awaits inside. I need to get into the sealed inner chamber. Would you be willing to help me? Let's get moving. The ruins are just up ahead and they won't investigate themselves. Just think, I might be the first to see them since the Yokuden. The first scholar, anyway. My captors wouldn't know a Yokuden ruin from an Imperial vault. Most of my people prize strength of arms and a sharp sword. I prefer scholastic ability and a sharp wit. We should get moving. It's rather embarrassing. I went out to meet my, lady friend, down by the West Gate. Next thing I knew, someone dropped a sack over my head and knocked me out cold. When I woke up, I was a prisoner. They cleared away a cave-in from the North Passage, and there was the city. Of course, the first few that entered were skewered by traps, or eaten by scarabs and gargoyles. Yokuden constructions frequently feature descriptive tablets for pilgrims. With any luck, we'll find one still intact. Look at this. Give me a moment. This is extraordinary. If I'm reading this correctly, the Natotembu are buried here. Those were the ancient kings of Yokuda. I think I know what we need to do. Come speak to me when you're ready. This is incredible. I'm surprised the Khajiit didn't ask me to translate this text. It's not encrusted in gold or gems, so they may not have recognized its value. According to the tablet, the eyes of Yokuda are here in the city. Legend has it that these 3 gemstones open the door to the Yokuden archive. If I'm correct, the archive might hold the fabled cartulary of the tamed dunes. It's a legendary tome that contains knowledge carried over from the land of my ancestors. You think Red Guards are survival experts? The Okudans forgot more about Steelcraft. The tablet mentioned 3 areas. The Gauntlet, the Lair, and the Ruin. I don't know what those are, but they don't sound very inviting. Watch for monsters and traps. You'll probably find both. When you've got the eyes, meet me by the... just remarkable.
You have done well, but you must still prove yourself worthy to play the Alik'r. This place is lost to time, Wanderer. You could never understand its significance. I am the vestige of a king chosen to serve on the First Council. We came to Volenfell long ago, and thought it our duty to tame this wild land. Why are you here, Wanderer? What makes you worthy of such a relic? Any common thief could make it this far. Only someone truly worthy may take the warrior wave of our fleet, the Great Regatta, sailed to this land in ages past. We are a people of strong and noble heritage. To earn our respect, you must succeed at a trial of combat. This trial is not for you. You are not a descendant of the Regatta. Was it this Paladin who overcame the dangers? Who battled the Guardians? Who risked life and limb to stand before me? No. You are the focus of these trials, not Paladin. The Regatta brought fear. The Alik'r is yours to claim. Farewell, Wanderer. We shall not meet again.
Magnificent. That couldn't have gone better. I'm taking this straight to King Faharajad in Sentinel. It will take time to translate all. This is going to change the fate of my people, friend. I'll take this to Sentinel immediately. To be honest, I don't know. But it was guarded by the ghost of an ancient king. Things like that tend to be important. Oh my, I'm not sure I can think that far ahead. So many variables. What will the king's reaction be? What sort of staff will I be given? How many academic summits will I be asked to speak at?
to you. Keeps your sleekest possessions.
It is good to see you again, my friend. Now I understand why Tuwaka bid me to come here to Hunding's watch. If you are to save the Alik'r desert from the Withered Hand, there are things you must learn from the spirits of this place. Yes, many of them. And pilgrims come from all over Hammerfell to honor them, the heroes of our greatest wars. It is usually a quiet affair, but when one such as you arrives, spirits of friend and foe alike awaken to create a portrait of the past. To teach you. If you are to be champion of the Alik'r, you must understand the spirit of this desert and its people. Tuwaka says you must walk in the steps of our heroes. Battle the spirits of the enemies they faced. Then you will understand. First, you will face the Nidic peoples. When the Regatta first crashed on these shores, the Needs were first to challenge them. Fight the Nidic soldier spirits, claim their essences, and use them to summon and face their leader, War Chief Hakon. That was the name of our Yokudan ancestors during the exodus from our ancient homeland. After Yokuda sank beneath the waves, they sailed here in search of a new home. Their coming was not peaceful. You see, the term Regatta means warrior wave. The Nidic peoples were the ancient ancestors of our human kin here in Tamriel. Those who dwelled on the Isle of Hern had long struggled to resist the elves prior to the Regatta's arrival. Upon seeing the Yokudan sails, they took up the sword again. They struggled mightily. We honor their bravery. But no, they fell before the Yokudan onslaught like all the others. Yes, my friend, albeit slowly. Not all heed Tuwaka's words as I do. When the Withered Hand is no more, we will have much to do.
Sartakal eats himself, and the spirits move to the... shearing.
not welcome here. We will defend our land.
In our fight against the Needs, we saw the raw power of defiance. We came to respect Tamriel and its warriors. You must now battle the giant Goblinkin. The Regada's long road to conquest was paved with thousands of these beasts' corpses. Such things are difficult to imagine, yes. In those times, goblins were mighty beasts, and their cruelty was not tempered by cowardice as it is now. Their filthy strongholds littered the sands of Hammerfell like a pox when the Regada arrived. Horrible indeed. Our Yokudan ancestors could not tolerate such a blight on their new homeland. They would suffer no rivals, and so one of their mightiest heroes, Frandar Hunding, rallied the swords of the Regada to slay the beasts. Tuatha claimed him during one of the bloodiest battles of the campaign. But his son, Divad, filled with wrath over the slaying of his father, soon rose to take command of the Regada. He swore to avenge his father, no matter the cost. The Song of Divad tells us that he and his band of sword singers worked their sacred forges and consulted eldritch tomes for many long years to create 5 great swords. With these blessed blades, the Regada forever vanquished the giant goblins. Well, Tuatha tells me that you must do battle with the spirits of the long-dead giant Goblinkin. To what end? I do not know. But only fools doubt to. Ironically, it was in our fight against the hideous goblins that we came to love the desert and its simple beauty. Now you must face the proud orc warriors of ancient Orsinium. The fight for the orc city proved to be one of our greatest trials. It is the heart of Orcdom in Tamriel, settled at the foot of the Rothgarian Mountains. It is a city of simple things, towering and cold. It has been razed and rebuilt countless times. The orcs are a tenacious people. Conquerors is a strong word, but yes, of course they were. Our ancestors and the Bretons laid siege to the city for 30 years before finally breaching the walls and razing the city. The orcs proved to be fearsome adversaries. You must face the ancient orcish specters in battle, and then summon and defeat them.
I'm down on my luck. Help me out. Mustn't bother me.
You are not welcome here. We will defend our land.
What is it?
The swords of Yukuda were not often sheathed. Our long siege of Orsinium taught us the value of patience. Now you must face the forces of the Breton king, Joal, a treacherous asp, whose lust for... He was the king of Daggerfall during the siege of Orsinium. The embers of the Orcish hold had not even cooled before he took up arms against our ancestors, his former allies. He was slain. You must slay.
Light it up!
Served your purpose. Now you will die.
Dwal's betrayal taught us yet another virtue. Caution. Wariness. We remain slow to trust, but loyal beyond measure. You have reached the summit. The Make-Way God sees much at this height. Have you learned the greatest lesson of this? The greatest lesson of Hundig's watch is this. Wars are fleeting, but honor is eternal. The dunes of time are ever shifting. Kings rise and fall. Cities are raised and rebuilt. Alliances are forged and broken. But honor, glory, legend remains. Your valor strikes a mighty bell. The heroes have come here themselves. Nakela Leki, Derek Hallen, and both Frandar and Divad Hunding. Their spirits have come here to meet you, to challenge you, and... No, you will not cross blades. The Sword Singers were as much mages as warriors. They sought strength of body and of mind. These spirits will speak to you. Choose your words with care, though. Tawaka says they seek to...
The goblins approach, my lord. They will slaughter our scouts.
We must hold this pass or the war is lost. Their sacrifice will be remembered always.
Many of our noblest warriors will be slain. How can you turn your back to them?
goat will run if you strike it. A jackal may bite if you give chase. Only man can choose to do nothing. The path of restraint is often the hardest. I pose to you a question, one that still haunts me. You are a scout for a great army, perched on a mountainside. In the pass below, a band of enemy soldiers slowly approach the position of your dearest friend. Do you abandon your post to help your friend, or do you... Yes, your friend may die if you do not render aid. But if you fail to report the assault, is not the entire army put at risk? How many men could lose their lives for this one soldier? One's loyalties are truly put to the test.
The blades are forbidden. We must not use them.
Without them, our people, our civilization will die.
Taking up those blades may lead to something far worse than death.
All choices exact a toll, Wayfarer. Some are trivial, but some linger for generations. I was forced to drink from a bitter cup in my time, and all Redguards have paid the price. I wonder if you would have made the same choice. Giant goblins, beasts thought conquered by Divad, have returned. The fight goes poorly. You know the location of powerful magicked blades. They are dangerous. They were hidden for a reason. Do you seek out the blades, or fight on without them? I acted as you would. We chose the blades and destroyed the beasts. But as a result, the Shahai, or spirit swords, were forever destroyed. Centuries of wondrous tradition was snuffed out. I must bear that weight always.
I spent my early years as a maiden of a spirit blade. As early as I can remember. Great heroes often carry the greatest regrets. They lie buried in the sand with the bones and broken blades, hidden, forgotten. I had many stories to pass on, but only one is known. Hearken to me. You have won a great battle and covered yourself in glory. But you are gravely wounded. A magical memory stone will allow you to record your last thoughts. Do you think of the battle recording history? Or do you immortalize your beloved family? The battle was important, yes. But is love not also worthy of remembrance? I thought of my training and the details of the battle, but as I turned my thoughts to family, death silenced me. Now they are forgotten, lost for all time.
We must consider negotiation, my son.
To the dogs with that! Hira has killed my mother. He killed your wife.
What you say is true. But many more wives and sisters will die if we take up the sword.
This cave has made a coward of you. We must fight!
To choose for oneself is simple. To choose for a nation is hard. The heaviest blade is as a feather compared to the trust of one's people. Abide with me, and listen carefully. A tyrant threatens your people. If you submit to him, and become his willing thrall, your people will be shown mercy. If you attack, you and your people will be driven from your homeland, and exiled to the sea. I too choose to attack. But all choices bear a cost, Wayfarer. When the last sword was sheathed in the shadow of Mount Hatu, the dead were beyond counting. Many more were lost at sea during the Exodus. Tuwaka tells me the heroic spirits have returned to their slumber. Ah, only Tuwaka has such knowledge, my friend. I could barely hear you from here. Luckily, Tuwaka has shared some of his wisdom with me. Tuwaka tells me that you are bound to the greatest of Red Guard virtues, honor and loyalty. You are drawn to great summits and glorious ends. Hold fast to that courageous spirit. But know that sometimes we must make sacrifices for the greater good. What? No! I simply thought you'd like to know what Tuwaka thought of you. He is an excellent judge of character. No. The real lesson of these heroes is that legend always carries a price. You must be prepared to pay that toll when it comes. Tuwaka extends his hand. You need only enter the portal, and you will be transported back to the desert below.
Please, tell me you have seen her. Shiri, the Scholar's apprentice. Have you seen her? She had the ancient text from the Withered Hand necromancer at Tava's Blessing. She was supposed to go back to Bergama, but she never made it. We knew Shiri believed the Third Ward was here, and that you came this way, so we were hoping. Alas, there is one other place she might be, but I am too weak to make the journey. It is not just Shiri. It is the text she found at Tava's Blessing. Scholar Zorre says it must be kept away from the Withered Hand. Shiri has a cousin in Satakalam. Thank you, my friend. Prince Azah said you were indispensable. I now see why. You do an old soldier a great favor by helping. I hope Shiri is not hurt, and even more so, I hope that text has not been taken again by the Withered Hand. I was beset by many troubles on the journey from Tava's Blessing. Scorpions, dune rippers, and then, not far from here, I was ambushed by the Withered Hand. I managed to kill the dirty dogs, but not before they had hurt me pretty good. Yes, I just need time to rest, to eat, and to properly bandage my wounds. Finding Shiri is too important, though. I would have made myself go on, however slowly, if you were not here. I do not know, but it is all we have to go on. Scholar Zorre was almost certain Shiri would have come here, but she suggested Satakalam as her next guess. Shiri was not close to her cousin, but Zorre said she planned to visit Nahira someday. She needs to take that text she found in Tava's Blessing and bring it back to Zorre and Bergama. If you are willing, I would suggest you escort the girl there yourself. She seems to have a talent for getting lost.
This bird'll do nicely. No end to those winged rats. Not that I'm complaining. Every feather's worth a fortune in gold to us now. You one of the magistrate's charges? I'm only shooting the ones in town, don't worry. Don't think about trying to cut in. Danim's got an exclusive relationship with the magistrate. She gets wind of any shenanigans. Not my concern. I get paid for feathers regardless. Go talk to some of the townsfolk if you're that curious. The magistrate's the one who runs this town. Tell him I've got some more feathers coming his way.
I'll be right down.
The Hagfen is a
I grow
strange
tired
place.
of excuses, Narina.
Even with the Wirises watching out.
What do you want? Harassing? I'm collecting on a debt. I gave this woman's husband enough coin to outfit his expedition in return for a number of valuable artifacts. Now he's... Splendid. Then this won't be a total loss. Hand them over. Easy now, friend. No need for violence. Yes, I see your point. Forgive me, Narina. Consider Tavo's debt forgiven. I'll leave you to your grief.
Thank you. You didn't have to come to my defense, but I am grateful. I don't know what to say. You bring gifts from the gods in my time of sorrow. I've nothing left, so these will help a lot. After I've mourned my husband, I'll sell them and use the money to leave this place. It holds too many bad memories. Tavo invested in a speculative prospecting expedition. They didn't even find enough gold to pay the diggers. We lost everything. The lost city was just a rumor, but we were desperate. Yambira loaned us the money and... well, with these relics, I should be able to start a new life. It will be bittersweet without my beloved, but it is what he would want. Life in the desert is harsh. One cannot grieve for long, or the sands will swallow them whole.
What is it?
The horses.
Yeah!
you often just walk into people's houses and snoop around upstairs? If my cousin were here, he might not be so friendly. Me? I don't care. I don't know, maybe because there are armed thugs out there with orders to break my kneecaps if I try to leave? If I thought I could get past them, I'd make a run for it, but they'd catch me. Ask Tiela's father. He's the one who hired them. Paid Uncle Thack to make sure I don't get to the wedding. Jagnus has been against our marriage from the beginning. I don't know why I thought he would come around. Of course. He wants Tiela to think I stood her up. She'll hate me for the rest of her life and think he was right all along. The bastard. If my father were alive, he'd beat the oblivion out of Jagnus. Of course. That would only make things worse. Don't bother. If he went to this much trouble, he won't change his mind. If you really want to help, there's only one way. You'll have to talk to Uncle Thack. Uncle Thack and his gang run the streets here in Bergama. They're not above the law, but they can be dangerous. If you can convince Uncle Thack to let me out, I'll go to the wedding. Jagnus won't be able to say a thing. Well?
Look at this. You walk in like you own the place. Like you fear absolutely nothing. If it's a fight you want, though, you've come to the wrong place. This is a place of business. Kaznar? Why doesn't Kaznar come talk to me himself? Oh, yes, I remember. He prefers the indoors. Probably better that way. Yes, Kaznar needs to stay at home. Slow down now. No need to be rude. Like I said, I'm a businessman. Truth is, I didn't much like the deal I had with Jagnus anyways. You'll owe me a favor, but I'll give him a refund, and your boy can get married whenever he likes. My people wouldn't have really hurt the kid anyways. Kaznar and Tiela make a nice couple. In fact, if you'll do me that favor we discussed, I'll have my men escort Kaznar right up to the altar. Get them a gift, some hag's breath. It's an aphrodisiac. They might not be able to walk for a few days, but it'll make the wedding night unforgettable. There's an old hag in the desert, Vianney.
What is it? so glad you made it in time. We are just about to begin the ceremony. Kasner told me everything, and knowing what you have done, you are the guest of honor. Oh goodness, Hag's breath. What a special gift. Thank you. Thank you both. Please, you must stay for the ceremony. It would mean so much to Kasner and to me.
People of Bergama, we are gathered here today to witness the bond of marriage between Kasner and Tiet. Their union marks a great day for the citizens of Bergama, crowns and forebears alike. Their love is a testament to the kinship that all crowns and forebears share with each other.
I know people despise the Ashaba, but I appreciate the sacrifice you make. The sacrifice...
My son is missing. My wife is wounded, and my son, Tarin, is missing. Why do you test me? We just came here today for some water. The snakes were on us before we knew what was happening. They bit Nisa, and we ran. When we stopped running, we discovered my son, Tarin, was missing. Then Stendarr has not forgotten us. I have given my wife an antidote, but I cannot leave her side.
Yeah!
Please, they need help. You must help them. Please, Wayfarer, I need your help. I was hired to guard a caravan out of Bergama, a family moving to Bankarai. I am ashamed to confess it, but I failed to honor the contract. Because of the snakes. I was prepared to defend the caravan from bandits, even dune rippers, but not snakes. Snakes scare the oblivion out of me. They... Take this antidote. I fear some...
Yeah!
You spared me a horrible, horrible fate, Wayfarer. Thank you. I thought I was gone for sure. Thank you.
The poison's burn wanes. I am in your debt. Praise Rupka. I'm getting out of here. Thought I would die here. I cannot thank you enough.
All is not well. I cannot believe it. Everyone survived. I only regret that it was not me who helped them. They hired me for protection, not to run. Yes, and I am grateful for that. You deserve a reward, Wayfarer.
Snakes separated me from my family, and now I'm surrounded. Is there a... You made it just in time. Those serpents are looking at me and sticking... Oh, I remember this. I know how to get back from here. I'll meet you back at my parents' tent.
I knew my faith in you was justified. Truly, Stendarr's mercy has descended on my family today. My son has been returned to me, and Nisa is recovering from her wounds. Please, take this as...
This militia is falling apart. How much longer does Captain Uznagik expect to keep it together?
A beating. Those bastards. I came to join the Saltwalker militia, but a bunch of bandits stopped me, roughed me up, and tossed me to the side. They didn't stop to answer questions, just told me to be on my way. You look pretty capable. What?
What is it?
If you're here to join up with Captain Uznagik, his day is over. And if you stick around, so is yours. Then we'd have to persuade you to change your mind.
New around here, aren't you? I advise you to have a talk with Captain Uznagik. He's the officer in charge of the real militia here. Those of us still loyal to the effort to join the Covenant answer to him, and not...
What? Are you one of Gudar's thugs come to harass me again? You want your arm broken too? I guess not. Apologies, stranger. Ever since the bandits moved into our camp, we've all been on edge.
Are you from the Covenant Army? I didn't expect you quite this soon. Well, frankly, we're not ready. Sorry, stranger. I'm expecting a liaison from the Covenant military to visit and decide if our militia qualifies to join them. However, since Gudar's took charge, I'm afraid there's little... Ha! Noticed that, did you? Yes. The camp is divided between those still loyal to the militia and those loyal to Gudar's and his promises of easy living and gold. His gang are a little better than... Because I know Gudar's from way back. We were in King Ramsay's service together. He was a good man then, and I have to believe there's still some good in him somewhere. Maybe it's just an old man's wishful thinking, but I'm not. And if you find out...
I saw you talking to Captain Uznagik. I hope he's finally going to do something about these ruffians and thieves. Heard he used to be a pirate. Got his ship by ambushing a captain and cutting his throat in cold blood. He'd already gotten a gang of his own bully boys into the crew, and he bought some of the others. The opposition was shouted down or chased off. Same thing again is my guess. He gets his gang to infest the militia, gains our...
Don't look like one of Gudar's bruisers. What do you need? Well, you can't just call him a bandit. He obviously has military experience, and he's smart. No doubt about that. He was someone of consequence before he sank to being a gang boss. Who knows? Perhaps he made a mistake and was disgraced and discharged. Or maybe he just developed a taste for gold and blood. I saw the look on his face when he killed our old captain. He enjoyed it.
I'm half a heartbeat from throwing you out of this... Why didn't you say so? I thought you were another Sand Eater come to fight for the Alik'r. Gudars is a great man, but he has a tragic history. It's given him a gruff exterior, but his bully boys would follow him anywhere. Because if you're part of his loyal crew, you get treated right. The pick of the loot and back up when you're in trouble. He learned how to handle troops when he was in the army. The Sentinel Army, under old King Ramsay. He was an agent, part of what you call military intelligence. Lived in Tava's Blessing, had a family and little ones. On a mission. He reported what he'd heard, but the general dismissed it and sent him on another mission.
What? You've come to the right man, mate. I've been with Gudars longer than anyone. I was part of the group that helped him take his first ship. That's right, mate. Gudars had a grudge against this Captain Krona, so he goes around and gets together a small gang of boys who are sharp with a blade and none too nice about it. We join the crew. We pirated for a while. But now with the war going on, all the navies are at sea and it's too dangerous. So... Yeah!
What have you learned of my old friend, Gudars? I see. That's terrible. But I don't see much left of the man I knew. And now he's demanding that I leave and take other real militia with me, or die. We have no time left for wishful thinking. He's left us no choice. We have to adopt his own methods. Kill Gudars and cut off the head of the snake. I wish I was certain I'll succeed. Good. I hate to lose a battle in my own camp. Beat the drum in our combat arena, and Gudars will come to fight. He glories in turning the sand red with our recruits' blood, and set this up.
Woo! Ha-ha!
The challenge. Good. I saw which tent you came out of, meddler. I'll make your death a painful one. This is your last chance to turn tail and run before I destroy you.
So you did it. I must admit, it's a relief. Traditionally, you would now be in command of the militia. But is that what you want? Thank you. I appreciate your trust. We'll have to act fast, but the loyal troops and I will get this camp cleaned up on the double. I think the Covenant will be proud of us.
Yeah!
True, but now he's making us do the same weapon drills as the others.
My subjects failed me. They deserve to be destroyed.
Poor Princess Lakana. Thank you for trying to save her.
Go away, bird lady. winged menace. I've been found. Oh, but you are neither Harpy nor Gold Coast Fiend. You would be too if you heard those beasts. Those screeching, pecking, clawing beasts. This one had hoped the mercenaries would take care of our bird woman problem, but no. Oh yes, they help themselves to my gold and my goods, and sometimes they help against the Harpies.
One eye to the skies, friend. The Harpies like to swoop down only after they've sucked you dry. I refused to pay their protection fee, and the next day my house was ransacked. I'll keep my own watch for Harpies coming near from now on. Except entertainment, I can only guess. It's not like one can ask a beast.
You're a new face to me, unlike that flappy... What? These birds aren't aggressive. I've had horses do more damage to me than any Harpy. And I've had more trouble with these mercenaries than I've ever had with either steed or bird. I saw them steal 4 sacks of good grain from Zilron, a Khajiit merchant. And in the magistrate's name, mind you. Him? Ran off, no doubt. Who knows what he does, or where he hides after he's run.
The Harpies are much bolder. We need more coin for supplies
Heard
and
disturbing
the like.
rumors about your methods.
Have you heard about the travelers stirring up trouble in town? And look who's here. Keep your opinions about our work to yourself.
Dealing with the Harpies as fast as we can, I assure you. Now please, address any specific... Nothing. I have things under control. We've got a reliable group to protect the town until we're self-sufficient again. And please, don't say anything to Deneen. She can get upset when the end of her tenure is brought up. She's the leader of the Gold Coast mercenary troop. I hired them to make up for our shoddy defenses when the Harpies attacked. They get the job done, and that's about as much as I'll say. Death and attrition, the 2 greatest enemies. Our guards either fell to the withered hand, or one of the other perils of being a guardsman. It's my responsibility to keep this town. Deneen doesn't like competition, and I'm certainly not going to endanger our business arrangement. If I were you, I would keep my stay here.
Father, you need to know what...
Who is this?
Someone come to help?
Enough. I have no patience for your theories.
Fine. If you want the truth, come talk to me. Meet me at my house. It's at the edge of town, past the smithy. It's not safe to talk in the streets. Now I can speak
I'll be at this a
openly.
while.
Be at ease. The mercenaries dare not enter my home uninvited. I watched you long before you spoke to my father, Magistrate Andrin Alik'r. You spoke to people in town and listened to their answers. Are you actually interested in helping? The Gold Coast mercenaries, our supposed saviors from the Harpies, are our problem. They extort and steal from the good people here. And what's more, they've done nothing but make our Harpy issues worse. Since Danim and her friends arrived, the Harpies are angry with the town. They're usually nothing more than flying rats. The Harpies only when provoked. And I know the mercenaries are the ones who've provoked. The mercenaries hid Harpy eggs around Kozenset. Naturally, the Harpies want the eggs back. That's the root of the town's Harpy trouble. Don't be frightened. This is a friend. The Harpies are not our enemies. Will you help me convince the others? I rescued her from them. The mercenaries killed her mother and the other chicks in her brood. This creature had done no wrong, yet they would kill her to be paid for her feathers. I couldn't stand by and let that happen. Could you? It's the right thing to do, for us and them. I'll be waiting in the town square for you if you're willing. Thank you. I can't do this on my own, and my father won't listen to me until I have proof. I don't think the eggs will be proof enough, but at least they will be safe. She comes and goes as she pleases. This is a wild creature, after all. I do not even name her, for she isn't mine. Once their eggs are back in their eyries, the Harpies won't attack Kozenset. And then, we can deal with those mercenaries. Bring me the eggs. I'll wait for you by the town's well. Even though it's in the open, many people exchange goods there.
Wayfarer, would you be wise in the ways of the desert? Hearken to what I have to... The desert can be cruel and unrelenting. A wise traveler knows where he can find shade and cool during the heat of the day. Ah, but if you were in the open desert, it would not be so. When I cross the wastes, I always keep in mind the nearest refuge from the sun. There's a mine I often use, because underground is even better than under canvas. Allow me to mark it on your map.
What is it? What do you want?
How about a coin or two?
You're quite light on your feet. Let me see the egg. Thank you for doing this. I'm sure not all of the eggs survived, but the least we can do is return them to the Harpies. I don't have proof, but I know it was the mercenaries that did this. Hold a moment. Someone's...
Go back to selling trinkets, leisure. You do your job and we'll do ours.
You hid those eggs on purpose, didn't you?
Say no more, child. We haven't time for troublemakers.
They're up to something. They must be. We have to find out what they're doing. The mercenaries go in and out of the warehouse next to my home. There's got to be a reason. Why don't you go there and find out what they're doing? One of them will let slip what their game is. Hide somewhere and listen to their chatter. Can I help?
No! What do you think you're doing?
Suppose I could use another break. This is getting tiresome. I almost preferred the Harpies.
Harpies are the least of your problems if you don't pay up.
We've got your gold. No need to make threats.
Let's see it then. Better not have shorted me.
It's all there. We don't want to end up like the others.
Good. I'll be back next week. Prices might be going up.
Come on, Udamaji. Merciful Ruka, how long must we put up with these thieves? You are the responsible one. I told her not to trust those creatures, and now look what's happened. My daughter was stolen away by the Harpies. She and several other people from Kozenset. Their blood is on your hands. Not yet. They say they must prepare for another raid by the Harpies before they send anyone out on the sands. It's only right that you find my outside town on the hillside.
You're alive. I thought... You're alive. I thought they might have taken you, too. Some. The mercenaries decided I was worth more dead than alive. They threw me out with a few others, beaten and bound. That's when the jackals came. Thanks to the harpies, I didn't end up like the others. Well, this one did, and she brought some of her friends. They chased away the jackals and brought me to shelter. We don't need any more bloodshed.
You're here! Did you find my daughter? What? That's ridiculous. Why would they want to abduct the very people I'm paying them to protect? I will. Where is she?
What nerve! Running your mouth right in front of me.
You've disgraced our town long enough.
Ugh! A rotten egg? Don't think this is over, child.
Gather everyone who will stand with us to drive these bad eggs out of town. Father, the dead can't offer their forgiveness, but I can. Stand with us.
That's the one Leisure said to wait for. Let's go. About time we ran these charlatans out of our town.
Yeah, we're all friends here. You're smart, Faraj. Of course, being smart doesn't make up for being late. And you are very late. Yeah!
Leisure said you'd come. Let's head to the guardhouse.
The harpies are congregated around this building. Looks like the mercenaries took something every bit as valuable as the harpies' eggs. I've no idea, but we need to restore goodwill with our flying neighbors. Even my father is in there to negotiate the mercenaries' departure. They should be out soon. The villagers, I mean. She's a coward and a bully. Once her nature's revealed, my father won't let her back into Kozenset. We'll need to return whatever she took to the harpies on the balcony. Head inside and find it.
Take your hands off me! Your pitiful town won't survive without our protection.
We can do without you. Go, and never return.
And we'll run out anyone else who tries to bully us, too.
May the sands take your accursed town!
If we see you again, we'll throw you to the harpies. Harpies matriarch. Is this the reason they started attacking in the first place?
More smiles on charity.
I don't know if the harpies will ever be. Maybe this is the first step. What do you think? Who knows how long those fiends kept the Harpies agitated, just to take advantage of this town. If I hadn't returned when I did and gotten your help, they'd continue to terrorize my people and these Harpies. Give her to me.
Oh, no, I wouldn't think of doing that. We are all friends here, is it not so? The days have not been kind to us. You see, the Harpies. Please, just a few more days. I will pay what you are owed.
We'll take out the sentry on Western. Now here's one who I know is loyal to the king. It's good to see you again, my friend. You're going to find this hard to believe, but the damned Imperials are here. They've seized control of the city. For the moment, they're in league with the damned Withered Hand. As if we didn't have enough necromancers to deal with already. No matter what, we can't allow the Imperials to get a foothold here. I'm glad I have one of us fooled. The Imperial Curs actually have one up on us. They're holding hostages, and the king doesn't want their blood on his hands. I need someone, an official, to go in and Your loyalty to the crown will be rewarded, my friend. You have my word. I can even make this easier for you. Wear this Imperial armor, and you should be able to walk around the city unnoticed. Don't know exactly. Our spies in Cyrodiil knew nothing about it. I suspect they've been in league all along, though. Probably some necromancer treaty they all signed in blood or something. Either way, my blade doesn't discriminate. Generally speaking, I'm sure they are. But I'm more concerned about the Withered Hand. Those evil bastards won't rest until they've killed every last one. There are 4. Lord Zagari, Magistrate Goban, Shamon al-Sentinel, and Lady Moyaltha. I'll mark your map where they're being held. The fleet-ridden Imperials have blocked many of the ground. I don't think they will. The Imperials think strategically. They took the hostages to protect themselves, and they don't want to give that up. If they do kill them, well then, that just means we can go ahead and attack. Here you go. This should help you get around the city unnoticed while you're freeing the hostages. They've gone from bad to worse. The Horajad can't even go out in public without getting heckled, crazy as it sounds. The damn crowns have people believing that if the king steps down, the Withered Hand I heard. Prince Azaz's singing your praises all across the desert. The prince might be headed here soon. I hope so. And I hope the 2 of you can find that last Anse ward.
Torch it!
Blaze!
Light it! Light it up!
I am
Praise Zet. I can no longer abide these infidels. Did King Faharajad send... Alas, I never dreamt I would say it, but I swear eternal loyalty to King Faharajad.
That's what he said.
We did not end this war, Glenda.
I never tell the truth to those unworthy of it.
Interested?
Thank the god.
Nothing is certain until it happens.
sharpest arrow in the quiver.
Mara's bosom, he's a dull one. Sometimes a little lie saves a ton of explanation.
Everyone else was...
This person is our enemy. Quickly, kill the intruder.
Whoever you are, I rejoice that you have come to my rescue. The Imperials have kept me locked in here. I deemed it likely that they would seize control of all— Yes, it's true, but only because resisting would have been to no avail. They sought to use my manor as their command center. They would have slain me if I had not complied. Coming in, I do not have any insight on this. I have been contained here in the manor the whole time. I did not even witness the Imperials marching into the city. Yes, but please don't hurt me. I did. I permitted the Imperials to use the smuggling tunnel beneath the manor, but I regret it now. There are barrels of kindle pitch down in the tunnel. If you place them near the supports and ignite them, that should collapse them.
Captain Curran told me of how you helped him in Koglin Village. Well done.
Good work. Hostages came out and we attacked. Cut right through the bastards and scoured the city. Just a handful of Imperials holding out now. They still haven't figured out how they got here, though. It was a tunnel. Does that mean they were coming from Bankarai? I guess that's a concern for another time. I'm damn glad you collapsed the tunnel, though. There's more to be done, though. Always is, isn't there? Prince Azaz's here. He says they've tracked down the 3rd Anseh Ward, and he wants you to join him as soon as possible at the Motal. It's a dark place. The largest necropolis in all Alik'r. It's just west of Satakalam. If the Withered Hand's there, I know the Prince needs help. Prince Azaz was looking for you.
Yeah!
You were here? Thank the gods. We need you. The 3rd Anseh Ward is here. That girl, Shiri, the Scholar's apprentice. She is a necromancer, and she has come to the necropolis. Raising the dead. The consecrated dead. The very dangerous consecrated dead. The most evil people who ever walked the sands of the Alik'r are entombed in the Battalion necropolis. Prince Azaz and I came to stop them, but I fear he is either dead or taken captive. We were attacked by so many, so fast. I tried to find him, but to no avail. I came back to catch my breath. We must hurry to find the prince. That girl, Shiri. She is not who... Thronekeeper Farvad and several of the prince's guards came here with us, but... most of them were killed when we were attacked. It happened so fast. We should have been more prepared. He came on his own. He said someone warned him about Shiri and that he was directed to come to Battalion Necropolis. Of course, he also... We were cleaning up at Tava's blessing, putting down the risen dead that remained, but the prince learned that the Withered Hand had been seen here. When we entered the necropolis, they attacked immediately. Yes. Prince Azaz said she was the sister to Uwafa and Alasan. He remembered her from when she was a little child. I was just shocked to see her cursing us and casting her dark... To raise an army, we assumed. Thronekeeper Farvad suspected...
Damn it all. I can't believe you're finding me like this again. It was humiliating enough the last time. There's no time for jests, though. The Withered Hand has stolen back the Ansei wards we recovered. They have all 3 again. You gave Ansei Maja's ward to me for safekeeping, and so I was holding on to it. Thronekeeper Farvad was here too, with Ansei Radon's ward. I think Shiri planned it this way. I think she lured us. Isn't it obvious? She was fooling us all. Apprenticing with Scholar Zoré so she could learn about the Ansei wards. Coming along with us to Tava's blessing. She is diabolical. She is like her father. She is the sibling we were warned about. I don't know. I don't even know what she's planning. If we get the Ansei wards back, that should at least slow her down, though. Shiri took Ansei Maja's ward into the next room, where she... No. After she finished the ritual, she left. But I think the ward is still in there. Please, you have to go in there and get it. And then find Thronekeeper Farvad and the ward he was carrying. I'll catch up. That's fine. If you could just untie me and... Mara's Grace. I can't tell you how humiliating it is that you had to rescue me yet again. That's the last time, I promise. You need to get the wards back, though, and fast. If my father heard I had one and lost it, he'd put me in the stocks. I knew you'd ask that, and of course, I feel like a fool. She was standing right behind us at Tava's blessing, for Mara's sake. After we parted ways, I was racking my brain trying to remember her name. But it just didn't come to me. Only when it was too late. She and her minions came screaming down on us as soon as we entered the necropolis. In her rage, I finally saw the family resemblance. What about you? Did you only learn? Praise the gods for Talia, and for you. The 2 of you must go on. Recover Ansei Maja's ward, and then go find Thronekeeper Farvad and the ward he was carrying. I'm not sure. I have a feeling he survived the attack. I don't know if Tuwaka truly speaks to him or not, but he has that glow about him. Regardless, we have to... I knew you'd ask that, and of course, only when it was...
Thanks to my sister, I am restored, and now I will have my vengeance!
Anything I can do for you?
What have I done? What have I done? I have struck down one of our ancestors. I have betrayed... No. No, I am not all right. Not all right at all. I have failed Tuwaka. First, I lost Anse Radan's ward, and then to get it back, I was forced to strike down the honored dead. Now the ward is corrupted, and so am I. Well, perhaps. Tuwaka says now that you are here, there is a way. I must cleanse the ward, but I will need you to protect me while I do. The dead? That witch, Shiri, has set them against us. They will try to stop me from cleansing the ward. I will cleanse the blade. You keep them off of me. Tuwaka says to keep it up. You are doing a good job. Yes. Yes. We are close now.
a bit more. There. It is done. Come, quickly now. We must stop this woman, Shiri. Meet me at the central tomb.
It's good to be back. Guards, would you be so kind as to open the gates? I bring fresh fighters for the games.
You ain't allowed in here, Taurus. You know that.
I brought you some new competitors. Surely you can make an exception. Now, be a good lad and open the gates.
I'll be the judge of it. Let's see if they got the right stuff. Derzog's attack!
That's your answer. Now, kindly open the gates. There's a good lad.
Guess that'll do. Open the gates!
Your man forfeited the match. I owe you nothing.
You lost, and now it's time to pay. Coin or flesh, the choice is yours.
Now, surely we can come to some mutually beneficial arrangement. Rather unpleasant. This is where we part, my friends. I will see you inside. Speak to my giant friend here to gain entrance.
You maybe I smash you to bits!
Challengers appear from the cold wastes. Are they worthy enough to face the pack? Let the games begin! something a little harder, eh? As if there's some fight in our challenges after all. Take them down.
Too slack.
Congratulations. You've passed the first trial.
Yeah, they bested the finest sloths, drunkards, and fools we had to offer.
Adorable. Shall we give them a pendant?
I say, let's see how these soft skins fare against a real challenge.
To arms.